I'm going to talk to you taking a holistic approach to life, and my aim is to illustrate you all the various factors that affecting your health. It's not just taking a pill for a symptom or for a headache, and it's really unique approach because here what I'm doing is I take the best health modalities from everyone and I put it together to work synergistically. It's worth mentioning that my background is catering. I used to work for Rolls-Royce, Warner Brothers, Claridge's, and then 10 years ago I started losing my hair, I had ridges on my nails, I have eczema, I have digestion problems. I didn't know what to do. Actually, someone told me take B vitamins will help you. I've done that, but obviously it's much more than that. Once I was exposed to kinesiology, I realized and they told me, they tested me that if there is a problem, it can be related to emotional, to nutritional, to energetic or structural issues. So same person, same problem, different root cause. Ooh, I thought that's very interesting. I'm a Gemini and I'm a very curious person. Then I've done too many courses to explore every area, and I'm very happy to put it all together for you. So, first of all, let's see some worrying health statistics. The new American chart. Of course, we're in UK. Why? Well, USA, there's always 5-10 years ahead. It used to be 10 years ahead. Now they're 5 years ahead of us. So the same problems from USA, they're coming to the UK. So let's see what's happening there so we can be ready what to expect. So 50%, half of all children have chronic illnesses or are overweight. Wow. 1 in 3 is overweight. You can read. 1 in 6 have learning disabilities. 1 in 9 has asthma. But why? Why we have all these things? And it's getting worse. And I will tell you the secret why this is happening. So this is the new normal in USA. Okay? And also a lot of businesses, they're closing over 50%. Actually, was 70. I don't have the statistics with me because the owners they get sick and they cannot afford to pay for their bills. Even if they can afford to pay for their bills, let's say they have a cancer, they just remove the tumor, it's going to grow back because they don't deal with the root cause. So the number of antidepressants in the UK, it's doubled the last 10 years. And this year they have the biggest research done ever in the UK from NHS. 1 in 5 is suffering from anxiety or depression. So it's something wrong. So let's see what is wrong. I mean, I know the pharmaceuticals are doing very well because they sell a lot of these medicines. So why did we get to where we are? Why we didn't have these problems before? Let's see. Let's explore that. Media marketing misinformation, customers ignorance and they're not questioning. And also treating the symptoms instead of the root cause. I would like to add there, customers' ignorance. Also, we don't know how to read labels. Now they sell us everything natural. Where we see natural, we buy it, but actually they have harmful ingredients for us. And Mark Twain said it's easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled. And this is what's been happening for years. Some of the things I will say, they will shake you a bit, but this is my goal. Some you might don't agree. It's okay, you come and question me, but you need to be shaking a bit, otherwise, you're gonna follow the rest. So the issue is that many discoveries, they're dangerous for us, but they don't tell us, or they manipulate the data, and you find after many years, like you have smoking, mercury for the teeth, pesticides. They knew about these things, but then you have to wait 40 years to find about them. Look, doctors promoting communists. This one is crazy, but this is what was happening back those days. Yeah, like they're putting mercury on our teeth. So that's fine. They start in the countries in Denmark, Sweden, allowing pregnant women to remove the black fillings, having white fillings because they're more expensive. Now they started in the UK as well. Do you want to wait to find out when it's too late that things are bad for you, or you want to go with the people who know, or do your own research and protect yourself? So as things stand now, we're being used as guinea pigs, correct? that's what is happening. There's a lot of lawsuits that you don't hear about that for vaccinations and for other things in USA, and they successfully get compensations. But you know, if it costs the life of a loved one, what to do with the compensations? There's a lot of things happening you don't hear in the media. So cancer is a big business actually, and this is against a lot of charities which are supposed to protect our health, because you're funding the pharmaceutical companies. The companies actually who have interest on curing the disease, they invested on companies that are producing chemicals like Monsanto and other companies that are actually damaging your health. So we've been manipulated from what they're telling us. Also, the researchers, as I told you, they manipulate the data. So with the data, what's happening, look, they have the biggest survey ever done on mobile phones, because it's a big thing. It's the next smoking actually. The insurance companies, they not insure you about the mobile phones. The mobile companies cannot be insured against future claims from clients, because they know it's dangerous. If you have your lovely iPhone, like I have a protection, right? I feel nice, honestly. So it says that to keep it on the legal notices, to keep it 10 millimeters away from you. So now they done the research, and the representative of the mobile company said that it showed no increased risk to regular phone users. Wow, that's good. We can use the phones, we can put it next to our pockets. But let's see what the research actually was about. Regular user is the one who's using the phone at least once a week over a period of 6 months. You don't use it once a week, you use it over 2 hours a day. You're having 2-3 mobile phones. Even if you have one, you have the cordless, you have other phones. And that one, we know that they prove it increased 26% brain tumors. That's why if you Google, you search, you'll see many people that have cancers on their head, and they sue the company successfully. Just even only if you have the laser, you can see, this is with 15 minutes talking on the phone. Yeah? So there are things you can use, air tube devices, you can put protection, you can have the phone away from you, but you need to be aware first of all. And people, they're naive, and they're giving the phones to their kids to play games. If you want to give it, just put it on aeroplane mode, although still it will emit electromagnetic radiation, but not radio frequencies. So, what can you do? It's a good question, and I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to give you solutions. First is understand your nature. Our nature. What is our nature? We're electromagnetic beings. Yeah, so you can see Nora, you can see Kirlian photography, and etc. The organ which is emitting the biggest electromagnetic radiation in our body is the heart. That's why you say, oh, bless its heart, open your heart. That's everyone is telling you there to open the heart and everything will be sorted. Yes, you're finding your path. If you are healthy enough to get to your path. Opening your heart will not protect you from a mast outside your home, or if your home, if your bed, it's the magnetic field, it's not on its right place. So there's a lot of variables that you need to be aware of, and it's too much. It took me 10 years, and I'm very curious, and I invested money. So there's a lot of little things that you need to be aware. All matter is energy. Treating humans without the concept of energy is treating dead matter. And future medicine will be just controlling the frequencies. Now this is affecting us in our on our molecules. Most of you know the Emoto's experiments where by just putting a good or a bad phrase on the water, it's changing the molecule structure of the water. We're over 70% of water inside of us, so even our thoughts, the food, invisible radio frequencies are affecting us to the cellular level, especially people with chronic problems. So, let me see the time. I would like to do just a fun experiment, so to see how energy is traveling all over us. I have more experiments here for the end, but I'll do something very simple just to illustrate my point, because I'm going to build on that. This is an energy bomb. Just come 2-3 minutes. So the energy comes up. So it's traveling throughout us. So you might not see it. It's a lot of invisible things that's affecting us. The same is with people. If it's someone negative, you don't want to be around someone who's very negative because it's draining your energy. You want to be around happy people. It's the same thing. But as I'm going to show this, I can test how the food is affecting us, how emotions affecting us, but I just want to illustrate that point. So, I use that one. So, the second one is to understand the root of all diseases. The root of all diseases is very simple, it's only one thing. It's how oxygenated is our blood cells and our tissues, blood cells and tissues, not lungs. Yeah, and I'm gonna explain. So this is the bottom line. If you don't have oxygen in your blood tissues and cells, that's it. You finish. You say bye. If you're lucky, you go to the friends and family, and that's it. So what we've done here is what is affecting the breathing. Yeah, what is affecting the breathing and what you can do. I cannot do some tests here, but we can find out, I can email it to you if you want, how you can do a test that will show you how oxygenated is your blood. So, when the fish is sick, it's not, the sick is sick for a reason, so it's the water around it, yeah? So it's the environment is affected. Some people, some fishes are stronger than others because maybe they come from another country, they were not developed on, they didn't grow up on a developed world, so they have good genes, but sooner or later they're gonna catch up. And I saw that a lot of builders from Eastern Europe who get sick, they were eating only McDonald's and stuff, they came strong, and now they have problems with digestion, migraines. You're catching up eventually if you do a lot of the bad things. So it's the environment. So what's affecting the environment? So it can be nutrition, it can be emotions, it can be physical, the sleep, training. Training, actually, most of the people do more damage than good to themselves. Environment, I have it in red because you really need to check where you're sleeping, if it's safe. Because that one, if you don't rest properly, you don't regenerate, cells and etc. And then you develop chronic diseases. And why we develop diseases, it's worth to explain that now. The moment your oxygen levels in your cells and tissues is below a certain threshold, what's happened? You open the doors to any genetic or epigenetic predisposition. Simple as that. And this is depending what is in your family or what is in your environment. We can guarantee that once you're above that level, a certain level, then there will not be any chronic diseases. Yeah? So, nutritional and chemical, so it can be cosmetics, we put on the skin, going straight into the blood. We dye nights, our hair, I don't dye my hair, but a lot of ladies, so it going straight into the bloodstream. Anything touches the skin goes into the bloodstream. GMO food, it's Frankenstein food, the body doesn't recognize them, and then it creates inflammation. So that's people who have a lot of gut problems, it's inflammation. It's not only the processed food, it's also the genetically modified. The body doesn't know what's that. What is kale with fish genes and a dog's hair? I don't know. They're doing a lot of experiments. So we don't recognize heavy metals, antibiotics. So the people, they're not starved. The world is not starving because of food. It's nutrients. They eat. You see, they eat and they eat and they eat. In America, most of the people die from malnutrition because it's dead calories. Yeah, so it's dead calories. If you eat properly, you need less food. Also, they're allowed to put drugs. They put opium in certain food, so you want more. That's why you eat and say, oh, that's nice. I want more. You get addicted. They're allowed to put artificial chemical opium. Yeah, opium, the one they do heroin, cocaine. I don't know. I guess, but they use it on drugs so to make you addicted and buy more. So, well, we talk about GMO, you're drinking natural drinks. Here, the fructose, this is all from genetically modified corn syrup. So you get, have a healthy drink. Just drink water, not from plastic bottle because it can have the chemicals inside if it was in a heated environment. So causes, you can see from chlorine, fluoride in the water, heart attacks, tiredness, dizziness, vaccinations causing other problems. Everything, all these things, reducing the oxygen in your body by making you breathe deeper. I'm going to tell you about breathing. So it's affecting your breathing, fast oxygenation of your body. So the physical structure, two things I'm going to mention to you. One is the hyperventilation. It's opposite from most of the people tell us, and yoga teachers actually. Sorry, I don't have a friend here. But you know, we need always to be open-minded. When I found 2 years ago about these things, I thought either the person who's teaching those things doesn't know anything, or I learned a lot of things wrong and I had to be open-minded to relearn and experiment. You need to experiment with these things to see if they're working, not because I say so or someone else said so. The guru. Who is the guru? You need to be the guru of yourselves. So I'll talk about too much exercise. It can make you hyperventilate. So one thing is the ileocecal valve. Because I'm a kinesiologist as well, this one I have the issue myself, that and the endocrine system. There is a valve between the small and the large intestine. So when you digest the food, it opens, food goes out, and then you go to the bathroom, it closes. Most of the people, this is malfunctioning. They either constipated or they go very often to the toilet. This one creates toxicity in your body and is related to over 100 different problems, from migraines, inflammation on the gut, and etc. This needs to be addressed. It's a big thing. Most people they don't know. They can send you some loan, but this needs manual manipulation, food, and relaxation. If you're stressed, it just it's tense and it's open. This is one thing you need to be aware. And the other one is about the breath. So the breath, the ancient, the wise people, they were telling us to breathe like we're not breathing. And also later on I have the Bhagavad Gita quote who tells us how to breathe. So I will need to go a bit fast. Basically there is a way that you can measure how many liters of air you take in, you breathe. So that is as important as the blood pressure and all the rest. But the doctors, they don't tell us about that. They don't know. They know that if you hyperventilate, I'll ask you now, if you start breathing deep, you're going to start feeling dizzy. And the reason being is because inside your body, we have about 6.5% and 7% of carbon dioxide and only 2% oxygen. In the air, it's hardly any carbon dioxide. When we had dinosaurs, it used to be lots of carbon dioxide in the air. That's why they were big. But anyway, the point is, the moment you overbreathe, you dilute that ratio. And if you have more oxygen than carbon dioxide, the problem is the following. We know that in order to oxygenate the blood cells and tissues, you will need, we need carbon dioxide to be released from the hemoglobin straight into the blood. So the moment you have more oxygen, you don't absorb on your body, on the lungs, you don't absorb oxygen straight into the blood streams and in the blood cells and tissues. Also, you'll find strains, like in the Encyclopedia of Medicine, they say that carbon dioxide is in fact more fundamental component of living matter than its oxygen. So the opposite, like people tell us, breathe deep, breathe deep. No, breathe less. And actually, the thing is, this is easy to tell you. Yeah, you're gonna go high, you're gonna breathe less, you're gonna do some things I tell you, but this is an automatic response because the breathing is regulated by a gland which is called medulla oblongata. It's at the back of the head, and that one you need to retrain slowly because yeah, it's an automatic primitive mechanism. You can't commit suicide holding the breath because it's much stronger than you. So there is part of what I do, we just retrain that, but just to be aware. And for the yoga people, we have here Bhagavad Gita, which is like the guru for a lot of things of this modern yoga trend, you can say. It was just saying basically to suspend the breaths in the nostrils, not deep breaths and such stuff. Doesn't matter if you take a deep breath, but I'm telling you most of the time because you're losing the carbon dark side. Environmental. So I have a lot of gadgets here. I will not be able to. I can do at the end some experiments if you like. So the wireless networks, phones, geopathic stress. I need to mention that because in Germany, they do that with dowsing roads. There were over 96% of the cancer cases. Geopathic stress was related. Not it's because of that they have cancer, but it doesn't allow them to rest in the evening. And also there is another 5 different tests that you need to do with equipment to find out if your house is safe. They can come someone and have one equipment and say, you're safe, you don't have geopathic stress. No, there's another 3-4 things they need to check in your house. So a lot of people, especially now in London, they have serious problems because of where they live. They cannot rest properly. So again, a lot of direct effects because of the fluorescent light, electropollution. But I want to show you two examples which I think it's going to shock you to see that, like energy saving light bulbs. It's good for us. Actually, that one, in the USA, they have on the Environment Protection Agency to treat it as a dispose it as a toxic wastage because it has mercury inside. So even if it's not broken, if it's next to your head, it creates headaches, migraines to the people who are very low in oxygen. The other thing is very interesting. It's very naughty actually from the big companies. 2002. The cell was forced to tell us where they have their hidden antennas, masts for mobile companies. So they have 210 out of 1,100. They were hidden, guess where? On the petrol stations. So inside there you have an antenna. You have your baby newborn out there and said, it's God's will to die because it's sick, it was in the family. No, they might have the antenna out opposite you. I went in a place, I forgot but I took a photos. I saw these green things. I said, what? Why have them there? It's from O2. And other companies, look, this in a petrol station, so they're hidden antennas there and opposite their houses. Imagine now having a baby, opposite their sleeping. They have no clue unless they check the house. If it's safe, they can give the best food. You will not absorb it. They can give it love, fine. The body cannot operate properly because it's very, very, very strong, these radio frequencies. So, I hope I managed to stimulate you a bit. So, emotional. One thing you need to know, the moment you are stressed, the body produces adrenaline and cortisol, which stays in your body for 13 hours. If you don't do anything, the moment you start getting stressed, that will stay in your body and will mess up your hormones, and it's going to deplete also nutrients, B vitamins and other nutrients. So that's why a lot of people who are very sensitive, emotional, they cannot control their emotions, they get sick. It's normal. So now you know why. You need to be aware. Let me check the time. When someone it's emotional upset or even sick, there is one thing. They can be psychologically, they might have psychological reversal, which what means is sabotaging themselves. So you do things, they're feeling great, next day, they're just back to the same thing because it's changing the polarity. We can identify that and I can tell you what you can do. So that's one thing you need to know if the person is psychologically reversed. Otherwise, you can do the best, they're going to switch back to where they were. Negative emotions, these are the main ones, but then next to them they glued all the other ones. So if you have this, you're just looping like a hamster. You're going around and around, the same stories, same programs. And I'm saying the missing secret for limiting beliefs because it's actually a program. Someone was on the secret. They said the missing secret. I said, oh, let's see what is that. Let's talk about limiting beliefs. You might want to make money. You might want to be healthy. But if you have a program, a belief that I don't deserve to be healthy, or I'm not good enough to be healthy, whatever, that it's sabotaging you. You can have a board, how healthy you want to be. You can meditate. If you have a program running there, you will keep looping and be sick. So that's very important on the emotional aspect. Now 90% of the problems related to stress. I'm just gonna go a bit faster here. I just want to show you the cortisol. This is from the heart map, something I'm using, one of my tools. So the cortisol, it's related to all these things. Yeah, blood pressure, the thinking, etc. Now, if you can produce DHEA instead, a good hormone, there is a technique. So when you get stressed, you can do certain things and you balance yourself. So instead of poisoning, you can start feeling better. Then you're going to have improved memory, reduced blood clots, improved skin hydration, etc. We're looking to make it to be coherent, like in an orchestra, everything plays together in harmony. This is how it's supposed to work your body. Relaxation is everything, but you need to address any damage which happened before. If you have issues for years, even if you relax now, who's going to fix all the damage which happened before? I've been there, because, and I know it took me quite a journey to come, to become healthy and where I wanted to be. The other thing is, the moment you're stressed, you can embarrass yourself big time, because your logical part of the brain shuts down, and then you're talking with fear, anger, attack. So if you love someone and you have a friend, and I've been there and I've done it, don't talk, just go away. You will not talk logically, you're going to talk crap, and then you say, how? I talk like this, because it's not you. It's the subconscious, the fear, anger, this is what is talking. So if you're stressed, don't discuss with your loved one or your friends, just go away, relax and go back. So spiritual, I love that part. What can we tell about spirituality? This is my approach. And I'm a curious person, I always read, trying to find out. First of all, we need to be happy and healthy. So if you are spiritually aligned, you will be happy and healthy. Otherwise, something is not right there. Find your purpose in life. Yeah, everyone talks about the purpose. But the main thing is to be able to look and face, who am I? What am I doing here? Why am I here? You don't need to answer that, you're not God, but at least you can face these questions. But a lot of people, they don't want to look into those questions, they're hiding away and they're having fear. They think, when I'll die, I hope I will not die, we will find what is happening. You need to face it straightforward. It's exciting that we don't know what is happening. At least for me, I want to know, but the more you look, the more you find out that you don't know things. That's one thing. The other thing is, mind your own business. Yeah, that was in a lovely book, Inside Out. People if you try to control reality, God's business, basically, you get frustrated because you don't have control on reality. You have only control on yourself. You try to control your partner, try to control my wife. That's it, I'll get frustrated. I don't have any control on her. So the only thing I can do is to control myself, build up myself energetically, and be the change I want to be in the world. And most of you, you're open-minded, they say, if you raise your vibes enough, then you influence thousands of people. Yeah, so I'm still on the hundreds, anyway. So that's the one step. Step two, you're not your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. The more you focus on that, you get flesh and bones, and then you think, oh, am I perfect? Why am I thinking that? It's just thoughts. And the more stressed you are physically and etc., the more crazy thoughts you have, and the more you hyperventilate, the brain then shuts down, because most of the oxygen, 22%, 25% of the oxygen goes on your head. So then you think crazy things and nightmares. It's related to oxygenation. So you can do meditation, prayer, whatever you want to relax. The last one, maybe some of you might not agree, but no, it's not the last. So the thoughts, this is very nice quote. What's your thoughts that become words? What's your words that become actions? What's your actions that become habits? What's your habits that become character? And what's your character, it becomes destiny. I can vouch for that. The last 10 years listening to personal development, everyone talking about 2012, about 2000, we're gonna die, we're gonna do. Yes, I know. It's what you put in your head, it's just start creating then reality for you. So surround yourself with people who can motivate you, even they're ahead of you, and listen nice things that affect the way you are thinking. Otherwise they can manipulate you by making you scared. So I'm not trying to scare you. The last step is admit you know nothing. just surrender and enjoy the journey. The more you look, the more you find new things. And what is true? This, that, every guru tells us a different thing. Just relax, just search, or just relax and enjoy. And the Socrates in the ancient Greece said, I know one thing, I know nothing. And the Oracle of Delphi said he was the wisest man. We know nothing. This is bigger things than us.
The exhibition is now closed.
The exhibition is closed. Thank you for attending. Visit us at photographernow.co.uk.